Hello, sweet friends. What's up? Welcome back. It has been a very long time. It's been several months. I am fully aware. And I figured, listen, I had to do a video because of the Sephora savings event. This one, it's just too good. So I have been away for a while and I am going to post a different video as to why here probably after this video. But if you follow me on Instagram, you already know the reason. So if you don't already follow me over there at That Disney Beauty, then you kind of need to, because that's typically where I'll post life updates when I really can't and don't have the time to film, edit, do all of that stuff over here. So I keep this channel alive because I keep on thinking I'm gonna come back to it. But there are seasons of life where I just cannot post as frequently, and I just thank you for being patient and standing by. But today we've got good stuff to talk about, because you remember back in the day when I would bring y'all the good Sephora hauls. Okay, we're back to that, okay? Because I just, makeup has just been hitting it just right lately. And I have been loving, just over the course of the last few months, just really loving sitting, doing my makeup, drinking my little cup of coffee, and so it's been a whole vibe. So I am going to walk you through everything I picked up. I'm gonna not spend a whole lot of time on each thing just because there is a lot in here. So if you're interested in seeing what all is in this massive gargantuan bag, then just keep on watching. Right, so let's dive right on into it. So I will say at the end of this video, I am going to include the handful of items that have not come in yet. I didn't want to delay filming this because I picked all of this stuff up in store. However, there are a few things that I did have to purchase online that weren't available in store, aka the shark set might be one of them in the Malibu pink. I had to kind of have that. So at the end of this video, I'll throw up some screenshots of what I picked up that has not yet come in. So let's just go ahead and begin. I'm going to start with two products that I picked up shortly before the sale. I actually picked them up when they released in store. And the reason for that was because I didn't know if they would sell out quickly or not. With Rare Beauty, it's always hard to tell. So I did pick up two of her new Soft Pinch Luminous Powder Blushes. I picked up Cheer and Happy for reference. I do have Joy on my list, but I'm gonna wait maybe till the next sale to pick them up. And so these have already been on people's lists and people's videos, and so this one is Cheer, for example. And so really won't spend much time on that, but I did pick both of those up, and they ended up staying in stock. I could have gotten them at the discount. Whatever, it is what it is. So that was two things. Okay, so let's just dive right into everything I got at the discount. So a couple of these things I have already started using for a day or two. And of course, what I'm going to try my best to do is do a follow-up haul for you the way I used to do back in the day. No promises, but I am very much going to try, because I think it'll be important to give you updates on some of these things, especially if you have kind of been on the fence as well. So I did pick up the Pharmacy Honey Milk. When I went in store to pick up my large order, there were a few things that were impulse buys that kind of caught my eye. It's always fun to, you get the little basket and you're just perusing in store, and things just jump right out and just jump into your cart. I don't know how it happens, but I did pick up the honey milk. It's a hydrating essence with chamomile and ceramides. I don't typically go for something like this because I don't feel like it does much to my skin. However, this particular one was very, to its name, milky. And it looked like it would be more moisturizing than what I've used in the past. It does say that it's a honey-infused milky essence that hydrates to strengthen skin's moisture barrier and soothe dry skin. This creamy formula gently cushions skin with replenishing ceramides and panthenol, leaving skin supple, nourished, and comforted. So I have used this all of one time, so I cannot tell you yet if I love it or not, but I will keep you posted. I did pick that up. And then the other item I picked up that has been on my list for a little while is the Superberry Firm and Glow Dream Body Butter. I am by Youth to the People. I love their Superfood cleanser. I'm on like my, I don't know, 6th or 7th bottle of that. And so I am very much a fan of the brand, even though I haven't explored a ton of stuff. Now I'm going to tell you, and this is going to freak some of y'all out. If you are a regular on my channel, you know I use the Josie Maran Argan Oil Body Butter for my face as my night cream, because she has well said over the years, it is meant to be from head to toe. So I'm gonna freak some of y'all out by telling you that I purposely bought this with the intent to use it on my face and not my body. So just because this brand uses a lot of ingredients that are like super natural, so it's vegan pro grade skincare. And it's got like those superfoods and things like that. So listen, I felt comfortable enough to go out on a limb to try it as my night cream for the face. It says it's formulated with 3% niacinamide. Ooh, I don't know how to pronounce some of this stuff. It's got some shea butter, jojoba seed oil, acai, anyways, just a bunch of stuff. So this is what it looks like. It is the same size, the 8 ounce, as what used to be the Argan Oil Body Butter by Josie Maran. That is now 6 ounces. I'm gonna tell you, this thing smells so amazing. I have used this the last 2 nights. And both nights, as I'm going to sleep, I'm like, gosh, this smells so good. I think it's the green tea that smells extra nice. So it is very, very hydrating. I will tell you, it's very, very thick. Make sure that, you know, but look, it's super, super thick. So if you don't like that feeling, then yeah, you know, I mean, it's body butter, but it leaves my it leaves my face looking so glowy. I don't know. So far, I'm going to tell you that I am actually very happy with the decision to get it and try it on my face. So obviously 2 days, can't really tell you much because could break me out in a week. I don't know. But we'll see. But I'm so far very happy with that. Okay, moving on to Josie Maran. Speaking of, so I'll just tell you now, one of the items I did pick up that is on its way via shipment is the body butter in the same scent I have always used, which is I think the vanilla apricot. They didn't have that in store. She has reformulated. It's now a glass jar. It is, I think, a couple dollars less than what it used to be, but you also get 2 ounces less. So anyways, but I don't ever want that to be discontinued, and that is my tried and true. I have heard that that's reformulated. We'll see. I feel like once you latch onto a good thing, they always got to change it up or discontinue it. So that being said, I did also pick up the Butter Babies because of travel. I use in a little, little pot thingy, I put that body butter in so I can take it with me to travel. So this one, again, it is reformulated. It was $36, comes with 3. The reviews will say, and I did smell these in store, that a couple of these smell really bad. I will say they don't smell like what their picture shows. So you do get, they're so cutie. You get vanilla vibes, which is a little less sweet than you would think, given there's an ice cream cone on the front, but it does smell like vanilla. You get topless tangerine, which I will say smelled decent, wasn't like, here nor there. Now the Bohemian Fig was the one that I found a little interesting, I guess, for lack of a better word. I don't find it off-putting, so I will use it. I don't think it's the greatest thing I've ever smelled. So these, though, are truly for travel because this is what I use as my night face cream. And this is like the perfect little travel size. It's 2 fluid ounces. So, and I do think that is the same number of ounces that used to be in her little mini travel sizes as well. So I did pick that up, figured now's the time to use my discount and get, put that baby wipe somewhere else. And get the discount on it there. So now we're gonna get into, let me pick up the bag because I can't, it's gonna get hard to reach. So you know what, let's do, I know what I'm gonna do, makeshift something here. Put this on this little bin, perfect. Okay, so just speaking of Youth to the People, I re-upped on the kale and green tea spinach superfood cleanser. Again, this is like my 6th or 7th bottle. I'm down to a 4th on the one I have, and the sale, I always pick one up so that I can restock and have my backup ready to go. I also picked up the Sol de Janeiro Rio Radiance SPF 50 body lotion. Okay, again, I picked this up with the intent to use on the face. With any kind of body sunscreen, if I buy it from the drugstore, wherever, because my body sunscreen, I don't pay a lot for. And so if we're ever like going to the beach or whatever, in a pinch, I'll throw that on my face. I'm not worried about that. So for me, it wasn't a concern to get this to use on my face. I will say, I love the scent. It does smell a little different than the regular Sol de Janeiro scent when you first put it on. As it sets in, it starts to smell more like its original scent. This is not going to replace my Supergoop or my Tula. Those two are still my tried and true. But this is pretty decent. For the size you get for the price you pay, it was $40. You do get, let's see, 6.7 fluid ounces. That's a pretty decent size. And I will say the 2 times I have used it on my face, I actually like the glow that it gives. Again, I feel like the Supergoop and Tula give a little bit more, but this does leave a very nice glow. It is obviously thicker because it's marketed as body lotion. It's mineral sunscreen, so it does have that white cast initially. I find that dissipates after just a couple of minutes, so I don't find that it's like extreme or stark or anything like that. And the scent, I will tell you, lasts on my face a good portion of the day, which I am not mad about. I love it. And that's one of the reasons I had picked it up. I love the scent of Sol de Janeiro. I was looking for the Radiance glow that it was going to give, and I'm actually really happy with it. So again, it's not going to take #1 spot for me, but I'm happy with it. Definitely not, I don't regret purchasing. I also re-upped on my Fenty Skin Melt Off. This is my 3rd one of these. It's a jelly, jelly oil makeup melting cleanser. So I have used this, you know, the way you use the Pharmacy Green Clean to break down my makeup. And then from there, I double cleanse and go in with my actual cleanser. This stuff is amazing for breaking down your makeup. I feel like it lasts longer than the little pot for me of the Pharmacy Green Clean. And it's just, honestly, it's so easy to use. You push the little button, you squeeze it down from this cap down here, you know, just, you know the drill, that. Okay, so I got another, this is the extra strength version, which I have not used. Currently using the regular strength version, or just the normal one. But I'm about halfway done with that. And this stuff is magic for my hair, and I don't know that I could live without it at this point. So I figured, you know what, I'm going to restock so that I have a backup, but I'm going to try the extra strength. So let's see how this one works. But if it's anything like or better than the original, then yeah, we're in good hands here. All right, so I picked up the Sol de Janeiro Cheirosa 59. I hadn't picked this one up yet. I knew I loved the scent from what I had smelled in store the last time, and so this has been sitting in my loves list. And at this point, I have pretty much most of all of the sprays that they've come out. I passed on the summer ones this past summer, but outside of that, I have pretty much all of them, and I love them. So, and this one was no exception. So I definitely grabbed that. All right, let's see. Another repurchase. This was heavy on repurchases, and I have been waiting for the sale, just keeping stuff on my loves list so that I could get a backup, and in the hopes that I wouldn't run out of my stuff. But the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. This is probably like my 4th bottle of this. There is no match for me for this setting spray. This thing makes it makes my skin feel locked and loaded, like it feels like the makeup isn't going anywhere. It holds my makeup all day, to include when we go to Walt Disney World and you know that Florida humidity and heat. Yeah, you know, it can do a number on your makeup, but listen, when I have this on, my makeup looks good morning to night. And I need it too because the pictures are my top priority. So I love this stuff. And it gives my face such a healthy look that no other setting spray has. So this is my tried and true. I actually kind of wanted the jumbo one, but they didn't have that in store. And on sprays and stuff, there's usually a shipping restriction, which takes it extra long to arrive to you. So I ended up just settling for the one that was in store. Okay. Real quick, just to let you know, a couple other restocks that are coming in the mail are the JVN Hydrating Shampoo and Conditioner. That's going to be like my 3rd one of those. That is my tried and true for shampoo and conditioner. I have not found anything that has been so good to my hair, that my hair has reacted so well. And I just, you know, that is it for me. And on the regular, it's not badly priced. It's $21 for the shampoo, $21 for the conditioner, but to get it at 20% off is even better. I'm a little concerned that none of my stores had it in stock, and I don't know if that means it's just gotten really popular and they can't keep it in stock, or if it's something that the stores are no longer like replenishing, which that is highly concerning to me because the shampoo needs to stay in stock, in demand, on the shelves forever. Okay, we've got a lot of little things in here, so I'm gonna move quickly. We have a lot to get through. Okay, I caved finally. The Shiseido eyelash curler, the one that says everyone says that it can't compare to any other eyelash curler, that it really does hold the curl, we're gonna see if that magic is in this box, because listen, I'm skeptical. I'm like, I feel like if you've used one, you used them all, but everybody is just, I mean, wild about this little guy. So on days when I don't want to use false lashes, I was like, I'm finally gonna bite the bullet and give it a try. I picked up a few new things. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Beauty Balm. I am always down for a balm type of product that makes your skin look healthy, that doesn't have like a ton of heavy coverage, that still gives you the coverage you need. It's what I'm wearing today. I will say it is pretty, obviously it's a balm. It's marketed as such. And so it's a serum boosted skin tint. And I have to say, it's actually very nice, but it did take me using it today to really get used to it and understand it. So it comes like this. I picked up the shade 5, which is the light with, I think, golden undertones. They did not have a light with neutral. So here we are. But then, so let me take off this little, hold on. I feel like with these kind of things, you always gotta push them up to take off the little cap. These little caps are always kind of annoying. So put that back there. This is what it looks like. So you can do one of two things. I kind of tried it both ways. You can swipe it on your face and then blend it in with like your brush. I wouldn't use a sponge because this is already very light coverage, so I don't know that you really would get much out of using a sponge. I also ended up having to swipe some on my face just because I was like, I'm looking for a little more. I love light and I love balmy, but I'm looking for a little bit more. So you can hardly even see, this was actually a very decent match for me. So that's what that looks like. It's very, very fresh looking. If you're looking for super lightweight coverage, you know, this is where it's at. Again, it is marketed as a skin tint in a balm form. Let me make sure I'm not smashing it up against the top there. So I think we're good. Okay. Yeah, and I actually really like it. Now, what I am curious to see is how long it lasts because of me going in with a couple of layers, right? So I guess just, you know, how much you use, that will depend on how long it lasts. But I did pick that up. So far, happy with it. Yeah, so honestly, more to come. I picked up a re-up, again, another replenish, of my Saie Slip Tint. This stuff is everything and more. And the thing about it is I love trying new makeup. Now, granted, my channel's small, y'all. I'm not like that kind of mega influencer where I get a ton of, I don't get anything, but where I even buy a lot like I used to because it's honestly so expensive. However, I buy more than the average person that's just looking for one foundation and one powder and all of that stuff, right? So for me to go through something and say, I want to repurchase it, I feel like that is saying a lot. And I'm pretty much on the last legs of my existing one of these. And it's called the Slip Tint. It's got SPF 35. It is a tinted moisturizer. This is thicker in consistency and more coverage than the Anastasia Balm. This thing is like the hybrid of a somewhat light foundation, but also a skin tint. And it looks so healthy on the skin. My shade is shade number 3, and I knew I had to have another one of these. So that one was a replenish. Now, the one that like cannot stay in stock, I had to pick it up because you guys know, again, I am faithful to Supergoop for my SPF, and I waited on this. I was like, I'm gonna wait it out. And it kept on selling out even at full price before the sale. It's the Supergoop Protect Tint Daily SPF Tint in SPF 50. I got the shade 24N, which I think is the light medium neutral. It is a perfect match for my skin tone. I used this one yesterday, and I gotta say, I did not have high expectations. I thought this was going to be really, really thin and sheer based on especially like the reviews I was seeing. And honestly, I was pleasantly surprised. This thing is a little bit thicker than what I anticipated. It's definitely thicker and more coverage than this Anastasia Balm. And I was really happy with the finish it gave, with the look it gave, with the radiance, with just my skin looked so healthy. It was in fine Supergoop fashion. Again, I don't know that I've ever been disappointed with a Supergoop product. So it does come like this, and it's really easy to just squeeze out. I will say it squeezes out very quickly and very easily. So I ended up going in with a little bit too much. No big deal. Now I know for next time, be a little bit lighter on that. But let's see, is there anything else? It says it's an effortless blendable skin tint with powerful sun protection, a barely there feel, and light coverage for a visibly even, smooth complexion with a natural finish. And I would say that that is absolutely true. It's awesome. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So glad I picked it up. And now like most of the shades of that are sold out online. So I think probably your best bet is to get it in store if you have eyes on it. So, okay. Moving on to Gisou, released a few new shades in their honey infused lip oil. Now, the original has been on my list since the beginning. I never picked it up, but I kept on swatching it when I'd go in store. Why I never picked it up, I don't know. But them coming out with shades of this, like, gave me the perfect excuse, because this strawberry shade, it just looked so luscious and so just juicy because of the red tint. And I was like, yes, I must have that. So I did pick this one up. Again, it is, I think, the same formula, same everything as the honey infused lip oil. It's just got a tint. There was like an orange tangerine shade. There's a very light pink with sparkle that goes on pretty much sheer. And yeah, it says it's I mean, this is nothing new except for it being tinted, but it says it's an intensely hydrating lip oil powered by some sort of honey and bee garden oils for glossy shine and no stickiness. Drench your lips with a swipe of color and the juicy scent of fruits most loved by honeybees. So, and this did have a very nice strawberry scent when I swatched it in store. So picked that one up. I finally jumped on the bandwagon for the whole, it's Give, right? That's how you say it. Anyways, whatever. Gwen Stefani's brand. It's the Pick It Up Cream Contour and Powder Bronzer Duo. I have been, for the last, I don't know what to tell you, 4 or 5 months, like on the bronzer wagon hard. Like, I just love using good bronzer that makes my skin look healthy. And so this sale, I knew I was really going to want to try a few new bronzers outside of my collection, just to kind of see, I don't know, something about that sun-kissed skin right now is just really floating my boat. So I picked this one up. It has always good reviews. I picked it up in the shade Toastin'. And this is what it looks like, and which you've probably seen before. And so this one has a cream and a powder, which I'm here for, especially because I love a good cream bronzer. So, we'll see how these work. I will say the pans look a little smaller than I expected, but anyways, that's totally fine. So I also didn't think it was an outrageous price point. So there's that. So we'll see. I will, again, keep you posted. But again, this one isn't anything new. So you already may have this in your collection. You already may know if you like it or not. Okay, I picked up another one of the Saie Dew blushes. This one's in the shade Chili. I've had my eye on this one for a while. I also had their newest one, something baby. Anyways, it's the very, very light baby pink one, but I weeded that one out of my cart because I was like, all right, like I already overdid it. So I did pick up Chili. Again, this one has been the one that I've been eyeing for a couple of months now. So I love these so much. I will tell you, the two I have had in my collection from the time that I got them, which was when they really first came out, I set mine down laying down, like in those little acrylic drawers. And it's almost like after a while, they start leaking some sort of like oil or whatever. It's probably whatever makes them dewy. And that is something I'm not super crazy about, but obviously I love them enough to want to get another one. So I picked up Chili. And then I also picked up a mini of this powder that everyone says is the most amazing thing of life. And it's the Givenchy Prisme Libre, what is it? What is that? Oh, matte finish and enhanced radiance loose powder, 4-in-1 harmony. I got the shade 3, which was the one online marketed for light to light medium skin tones, something along those lines. Y'all, I could not bring myself to pay for the full big size, so I figured I would try the little mini size to see if I like it. So, and I'm glad that I did. I've used it once. Here's what it looks like. The big one is 61. I think this one was 31. And you get a total of 0.14 ounces. So it is very tiny. I don't know what to say about it yet. I don't know if I like it any more than, honestly, my Maybelline Fit Me loose powder, because that one really holds some pretty high standards. That's a good one. And for the price point, that one's like $5-6. This one was $31 for the itty bitty mini. So we'll see. It is pretty, but I mean, I do have to compare it to one that I paid a fraction of the price for. So I'm not sure yet if this would take like top notch for me. I don't buy Huda anymore, which I am very sad about, because her Easy Bake powder that's top of the line. But that's why I've been trying other powders, and that Maybelline one has kind of really hit a good note for me. So, okay. All right, listen, this was a total impulse buy when I went to go get my order. But I'm going to tell you that out of everything I have picked up, this is probably my favorite. It's the highlighter I'm wearing today. It is a highlighter that does not sit on top of your skin. It doesn't look like a highlighter. It is the kind that literally melts and seeps into your skin, looks like part of your skin, and gives your skin not that highlighter look, but almost just that wet shine. Healthy. I don't know how else to describe it. It reminds me very much, this is gonna compare it to something very high, the Charlotte Tilbury, the Magic Wand highlighter. You know, the one with the little tubey and the little poof. I have that in my collection, and that's probably my favorite highlighter because of the fact that it literally melts into my skin. Looks like part of my skin, but looks shiny, glowy, healthy, dewy. Nothing's ever come close to that. And listen, I was not planning on picking this up because honestly, I thought $40 for a highlight by Fenty was really expensive. But then I swatched it in store and I was like, I feel like I really have to give this a try. So I picked mine up in the shade 02 Prosecco. It was the perfect pick for a shade. And this is what this bad boy looks like. So, all right, you're like, okay, looks like your average highlight. Then you touch it and it's super silky to the touch. And then you put it on your skin and you're like, wait a minute, but that looks kind of just wet and glowy. It doesn't look like it's sitting like a layer of powder over my skin. It doesn't have like little sparklies or anything. It just looks like it literally melts and my skin looks glowy. And so it has performed just as amazing on the cheeks as when I swatched it, which a lot of times you kind of, you take a gamble because you swatch it and you're like, oh, that's great. And then you put it on your face and you're like, what just happened? Anyways, so truly, I think this is my favorite purchase. What a surprise, because I did not go into this sale thinking I was going to pick this up. And that right there is what makeup dreams are made of. A couple of Rare Beauty purchases. I did also need a re-up on my, what is it, this one? So I guess, do I open this? Okay, here we go. Of my eyeliner. Her eyeliner is my favorite. What is up with this? Oh, does it come in a bag? I'm so confused. What's happening here? Oh, I don't remember this. I guess it comes like in a little baggie or whatever. But, so I'm not going to open this because I already have one going, but it is soon to be on its last legs. This is my third tube of this eyeshadow. You may be asking, how do you remember how many tubes you've gone through? I don't know. Some things I do remember, some things I don't. So this is my third tube of this. It is the only liner, well, also with the Urban Decay 24/7, is it? The liquid liner? Anyways, that one too. But I have to say, I still love this one more. The Perfect Wing. I mean, it's hard to mess it up with this one, and it's just perfect. The saturation is wonderful. So this one was an impulse buy. I don't know yet how I feel about it. I've only used it once. And it's one of her cream stick eyeshadows. It's called All of the Above. What was it? Hold on. All of the Above Weightless Eyeshadow Stick. I picked mine in the shade Well-Being, which is the pinky rosy tone. When I swatched it, it looked so glowy, I guess. And I thought, man, for just an effortless look, it does look really glowy. Look how pretty that looks. I don't know if it really translated on the eye, but also when I used it, I did go in with a crease color. I went in with an outer color. So I feel like that may have dulled it down. I'm not sure. I feel like this is better used as a one and done without adding a whole lot to it outside of that. And so I do definitely need to use it again because swatched, it's beautiful and it wasn't that expensive. I think it was like $16 minus the discount. So I don't know. I need to still give that one a couple of tries and see how I like it, but I don't know. More to come on that. I did pick up the Natasha Denona, my mini dream palette. This has been on my list since she released it. I just hadn't wanted to take the plunge yet. So with the sale, sure. And this is actually one of my favorite of her midi eyeshadow palettes. It's just so good. So I knew I wanted to have this one. I think I'm gonna have to go back and just double check, but I think these are all new shades that are not in that midi palette. This is supposed to kind of like go with that midi palette. So I'm gonna double check that and make sure. I have not swatched it quite yet, but I feel like her neutrals are just always so pretty. So yeah, I ended up just snagging that. Honestly, I think that's the only eyeshadow palette I picked up, which is, you guys know, if you've been with my channel, very, very unusual. I picked up, and I haven't even opened this yet, but the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Moisture Repair Balm Serum. The actual Yummy Skin, it's in my drawer over there, but what is it? The powder balm, anyways. I use that as a foundation, and I have to tell you, for a matte foundation, I use it as a matte foundation. You can use it under, like, as a base. That's my very favorite for a matte finish. It makes my skin look so airbrushed, so flawless. My pores are like almost undetectable with that stuff. It's crazy. So I was like, you know what? I love a good glazed donut look. I love a good healthy skin look. So I'm going to give this one a try. So it is that disc looking thing, but literally all it is like a clear balm that's supposed to give your face like super hydration. It says it's an intensely moisturizing, fragrance-free balm to serum treatment that hydrates, repairs, and soothes with our moisture repair complex. A blend of 16 nourishing ingredients to transform the skin's barrier. And yeah, I don't know. We're gonna see about this, but it has really good reviews. So, all right, we're honing in on it. I just have a few products left, and I'm out of breath. I picked up another one of the Refi cream blushes. Last month I picked up the Rose shade. Rose is actually what I'm wearing today. I think this is one of my new very favorite cream blush formulas. This formula is so good. And granted, these are tiny, and I think that was people's gripe isn't the word, but kind of. These are always so hard. These little boxes, why are they always so hard to open? But they are tiny. They do kind of look like a mini little travel sample size. And I think that's people's gripe, and that's what I saw mostly as negative reviews on there. But, you know, when you deal with quite a few products, it takes a while to go through something. So I'm not put off by that. This is the Peach. Yeah, it's called Peach. It looks almost like a more neon bright peachy shade, which I am down for. And I found out about this one because of Kathleen Lights. I was watching her video. She had picked this one up, and I was like, ooh, that looks pretty. Well, when I went to Sephora's website, I actually saw the rose one that kind of spoke to me a little more. I was like, let me try one. I'm not gonna do old Michelle and be like, I need them all. So let me try one and see if it's something that I like. And I loved. So I knew that for this sale, I had to pick up this peach version. These are like $20. So yes, they are expensive, but listen, they're good. They're really, really good. Makes me regret not picking up the little set that was out for the holidays, that red set. All right, so this has also been on my list for a hot minute, and I just finally took the plunge when I was in store. I was like, okay, they have it in store. I think I'm just gonna go for it. It's the Westman Atelier Petite Face Contour Stick in Biscuit. It is the small one. I didn't splurge on the big one. I also have the little mini one of their blush, and actually really like that too. Their packaging really is luxurious. It's very, very pretty. And this is the shade Biscuit. It's supposed to be like more of a contour shade. To be honest, I'm gonna use it as an all-over bronzer. Again, I told you I'm into cream bronzers like extra hard these days. So I'm excited to see if this one lives up to the hype. It is expensive. It's an expensive brand. So, but yes, I'm finally, I took the plunge. Sometimes you just gotta. Okay, the other cream bronzer that I'm wearing on my face is the Myricks Bronze Balm. And so that's what I've got on today. Now, again, this one being a balm, it does go on quite a bit more sheer than a regular cream bronzer would. I picked mine up in the shade Clay. Hold on, it's got another one of these little tubey thingies. It's always freaked me out because I always feel like I'm gonna end up like nicking the product or something, or like carving a little, you know. Anyways, you know those mishaps. So this is the shade Clay. Again, it is kind of going back to the Anastasia. It is a balm, so it does go on a little bit more light, a little bit more sheer, and takes a little bit more building. So I did find that I had to build this up a little more. Now, I will also say that I used this today on top of a balm product, being that Anastasia foundation, skin tint, whatever it is called. So I put a balm over a balm, which may have also helped to sheer it out more and cause me to need to build a little bit more. So I will probably next try this with more of like my Rare Beauty foundation, my tried and true, just to see if it takes as much building. But the other product I have by Merit is the highlight, the little stick highlight. And I love, love, love that product. So I kind of had been wanting to try that one for a while, but now was the time. Okay, so talking about the Charlotte Tilbury Beauty wands, the highlight wand is tried and true for me. So I figured, you know what? I love it. I love how it melts into the skin. I'll bet the blushes do the same thing. So I picked up the one in the shade Pink Pop. I haven't used it yet, and so I'm not going to swatch it quite yet, because once you get it all over the little poofy, there's no going back. So it is a very light type of pink, so we'll see in the follow-up haul how this ended up working for me. But I really do have high expectations given that I love the highlight so much. I've been wanting to try the bronzer contour one, but I find that people say it shears out a lot. So if you have used or are using the bronzer contour version of this, let me know in the comments below if you love it, because listen, I'm already creating my list for the next savings event. Let's just be honest. I picked up the Hourglass. Finally, I picked this one up years later. The Hourglass Concealer. It's the Vanish Concealer. I picked up the shade Sepia. Concealer is something else that I have been like really honing in on and really using. The last new one I picked up was the Laura Mercier. I like it. Whether it's repurchase status for me, I'm not sure, even though I've been using it for like a month now. I think my favorite of the moment is the Natasha Denona High Glam. That one is incredible. So I have heard good things about this one. So we're going to find out. And lost my train of thought. Hourglass is a brand that I actually very much enjoy. So I figured there's a good chance I will love that one. All right, last two products are lip glosses. Patrick Ta came out with new shades in his plumping gloss. I already have one. I forget what shade it is. And I think it's a lighter one. In fact, I think it may go on sheer. But I picked this one up in the shade Need Her, because it's a very beautiful rosy neutral type of shade. And these actually go on kind of, and I haven't opened it quite yet, but these go on very more pigmented is what I'm trying to say. So I picked that up, and then the last item that I picked up, this was again an impulse buy when I was in the store. Did not even have this on my radar, but it's the Pillow Talk Big Lip Plumpgasm. Let's see. It is, I'm trying to find more detail for you. I guess that. that's all. Whatever. So let me open it up. You're like, just show me the product already. So this thing is like chunky. So this is what it looks like. There are only 2 shades. It's light, medium, no, sorry, fair to medium. And then there was like medium to deep. And it is the Pillow Talk shade in a gloss form. This packaging is like very, you know, chunky. So that's what it looks like. I'm trying to keep, I'm not yet going to use this. This is why I'm not like taking this out. I know y'all want to swatch, but it might be a little bit before I break this one out to try it. So this is, there you go. There's the shade right there. So very, very pretty. It was, when I swatched it, it was kind of a hybrid of pigment, but also just kind of translucent. Is that the word? Anyways, so we'll see, because I do love a good Charlotte Tilbury product. So, all right, the only other items that I picked up were that haven't come in yet, were a replenish of my Supergoop oil, face oil, because sometimes instead of using the face lotion, I'll go in with the SPF face oil for like extra hydration and glow. So the niacinamide one. So that one's still coming in. I already told you all about the shampoo and conditioner. Told you about the Josie Maran Argan Oil Body Butter. The Givenchy blush in this same format. That one, I feel like everyone talks about that one all the time. So I picked up shade number 2. So that's in that order. And then last but certainly not least, I already told y'all, the Shark, what is it? Air Styler, whatever it's called, I forget. They came out with a Malibu pink edition shortly before the sale. I have had my eye on that Shark set for a minute, for at least a year. Can never bring myself to pay that money for it. Well, my big blow dryer hairbrush is starting to go out, my Amica one, and I love it. And so I knew it was time to start looking into something that I was going to need as a backup once this one goes out. And the Shark Styler has been, the Dyson is really out of reach for me. Just price-wise, I cannot do it. But the Shark is at least more achievable. So, yeah, like, listen, about a week before the sale, they came out with the Malibu pink edition. And I was like, Barbie style, done. I'm adding it to my loves list in the hopes it stays in stock. And it did. And I think it's even still in stock right now. But what a way to get a discount on something like that. So I'm excitedly waiting for that to come in. And that completes my haul, y'all. This one was epic. It's been a couple of years since I've had one of these mega large epic Sephora hauls, but listen, makeup, for many reasons, which you'll find out in the next video, makeup has been like, I don't know, extra soothing for me, extra comforting. It has made me feel extra pretty during a time I don't feel super pretty. So anyways, it was very therapeutic, the whole shopping experience, and here we are. So that being said, my friends, I hope you'll let me know in the comment section below what you picked up or plan to pick up, because part of the excitement for me, and I'm not even lying when I say this, is like finding out about things that I haven't tried and adding them to my loves list so that I have that to look forward to for the next time I'm gonna do a haul or the next savings event or whatever that might be. So if you'll let me know in the comment section below what you picked up, what you plan to pick up, because I need to be nosy and add some of that stuff to my loves list too. Anyways, my friends, thanks again for sticking around. Thank you for watching to the end. Give this a thumbs up if you have not already. Everything will be linked below in case you're interested and want to use my links. That is so very appreciated. And I will see you in the next video, my friends. Thanks again for stopping by and watching for today. I know it's been a very long time. Know that I love you, but Jesus loves you so very much more. I will leave you a verse here at the end, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, friends.